Welcome everyone to Platinum Puzzles. I am Dee. Today we bring to you a puzzle we've been working on for 2 years. 2 years. And it's a new genre of puzzling called Gearritables. Gearritables, yeah, because we know it's going to make you irritable. And in this particular puzzle is called the Butterfly Kingdom. We have this beautiful handmade box just for this puzzle. We're going to open up the puzzle and show you what you'll see when you'll open it up. A whole lot of pieces and a nice tray and a little whatever this might be, a king and a queen. Oh, and a little dragon. Let's get started on how this puzzle works. For your box, this is what you should have. You should have a tray with a monarch butterfly. And as you notice, the tray has all of these little holes inside of it. You should have a pile of gears. One gear that has another gear glued to the top, which will be your turning gear. And one gear with 2 square holes in it. That is for the king and the queen. You should have a pile of puzzle pieces. You should have a handful of knights, the cage that drops, the dragon, the king and the queen, and 7 dowel pins that will hold your gears. Now, once you have made sure that everything is in your box, well, then we can get started. What you're going to do are put together the pieces to form segments. The segments will fit into the tray, covering up the monarch butterfly. Let's go. We have our segments starting to be built here. These are the segments that will go in the puzzle. But let me give you a little history about this puzzle. You can see it is a castle with a monarch butterfly. And a kingdom far, far away, a long, long time ago. There was a king and a queen, and they're knights of their realm, and they guarded and protected the butterflies from birth till flight. One day, a pesky little dragon came along, and he would chase the butterflies around and scare them. So the king and the queen decided that they must do something to stop the little dragon. So the first thing they did was they had their knights all get together, and they built a wall to protect the monarch. These are the wall pieces that go inside to cover up the monarch. These pieces will go in like this to cover it. But how do they all go together? They are segments. And when you get a segment together and you think, well, that's got to be correct, you can see that there are certain markings on these segments that swap with each other. So does your segment go together this way? Or does it go together this way? Or does it go together this way? Or does it go together this way? Well, that is for you to figure out, because you must be able to fit all the segments into the castle to cover the monarch. Your sections into the castle. We'll slide this last section in, covering our monarch and protecting him from the dragon. That brings us to step 2. Now you have to figure out how to catch that pesky little dragon. First, we're going to install our trap, and then we are going to lure our little dragon into the trap. But you have to figure out how to drop the trap on the dragon. And that's where all these wonderful little gears come in place. You have to figure out the configuration of how these gears are going to go across the puzzle to figure out how to drop the drawbridge down onto the dragon. And that's where these pegs come in place. The pegs will slide through the gear, through both layers of the puzzle. So it will spin like this. So now, part 2. Can you figure out how to work the gears? As I said, you have 10. And you're only going to need 7. We didn't want to make it too easy on them. You can turn your gear, and you can drop the cage onto the dragon. And the king and the queen have a special seat over here into this gear that they will dance around and around as you catch that dragon. That's all there is to it.